Hello, my name is Aesthetical Portal, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to use images slash decals and textures. So basically, textures and decals are like stickers. Uh, the difference between decals and textures is that decals are used for like painting on something. So I guess you could call these decals right here. It's just something to layer over, kind of, and it just makes the part look more like how you want it to. So it just stretches out forever, and it's never gonna look stretched. However, if we use um, images, basically what an image is basically just a picture. So a picture, like I just inserted the rainbow cattail. So if I stretch this out, it's going to stretch out with it, and that doesn't look very good. So it'll stretch when the part stretches, and we don't want that to happen. So if you use images, just use them in moderation and just don't use them to stretch them out, because that just looks really bad. So I'm gonna delete this because I don't need it right now. If we go to models, here are some good examples of things people use. So if I search up texture, there'll probably be texture packs already. There we go. Here's a pretty massive texture pack already. But here are all the like parts in it and stuff. So if I ungroup this, because it's all been grouped together as one big whole thing, so I'm gonna ungroup this. So these are textures also, not a part of the game. So the reason why these are like this and you're able to do that is because it's a texture. If this were an image, then it would just stretch out. Like, here's a good example. So if I if I wanted, per se, a checkered floor or something, so I'm gonna type a checkered just for short. See, here it is. And if I stretch that out, it's just gonna do that, and that looks pretty bad, and we don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna delete this because I don't need it. So these are very helpful, but if we go to properties, I'm gonna go into texture. There's 6 different things that says texture, because there's 6 sides on this part right here that I elongated. There's, the top, bottom, right, left, up, down, things like that. So the texture itself, is this. Basically, all you have to do is just drag a picture on your desktop, and you can upload the image, and you can have it as a texture. So if you put it under here, like, see, this has already been put in. This is the link to the picture right here. So if you do that, then it will upload, and then it will work. So here are some other parts. Right here, this is probably like carpet or something. So now I'm going to go to the properties of the texture. I'm going to do the top because that's what we see. So you can change the color of the texture, if that makes sense, because even though it's a picture, you can change the color of the picture. But this one doesn't seem to work, because if I remove this, it's still gray. So basically, some of them just don't work very well. Transparency is well, you know, transparency, how much you want it. This just looks very, very thick. So the ones that don't work with color, what I do is I'll switch it to like 0.9 or something. No, that's too much. And then 0.5 or something. And then I'm going to change the color. And now you can still see both. It's very red, but you can still see the texture. And we can even just take that down even more. So if I take it to like 3 or 2 even, just seeing how it works, the texture looks pretty good because I actually highlighted the actual block. That's a very red carpet, but very useful for things. So if I wanted something like a TV or something, you know, ooh, this is very, very bright. I'm gonna change that. If I wanted like a TV, I could, you know, make like a, I could make like a TV screen or something, so like static or something. You know, if I want it to be in a horror game, and here's like the static or something. And I'm sorry, this is not the best looking TV ever, but, and then I'm gonna add the sides, of course. So here are the sides to making the TV. So Roblox has like its own textures already built in to the game, which are right here. They call it material, but it's kind of like default textures without anything. And this is an image, by the way, because I went to images and it just, images are just there for you. So you can pick from here, you can upload your own to Roblox and you can use them, and they're very helpful. You can make like signs or something, you can use pictures. If you want to use something like that, it's very good stuff, you know. So pretty short tutorial. I kind of wanted it to be longer, but there's not really much to go into with this. I chop all my videos up into bits, so I'm explaining 1 or 2 things at a time, and I can basically explain how much. Oh, and one more thing. So this is probably important. If it's like aligned wrong or something, if I want to change how like widened or big it is, I can change stud per tile, and now it's all stretched out. But if I change this to 6, it's bigger, but it's still the same thing. If I wanted to make it like 12 or something, then it'll be very stretched out. But if I made this 12 also, then it would be the same, but it would be much bigger. And if I want, I can undo all those changes, and there it is. It's back to what it was before. And since this one is defaulted gray, I can't really change that, but we can also change the transparency. So if I make the transparency like 2 or something, we can now change the color. And if I wanted to make it purple, now it'll look purple, and there we go. But if I make it 0, then it'll just be thick again. And I know that's kind of confusing, because you might be like, now wait a minute, you just said it wouldn't work, and then it would work. But trust me, that's how you do it. It's pretty useful. I'll probably upload more if you want me to on this. I might do a second video on this, but I'm not exactly sure at this point. So if you guys want, just please subscribe. If you want to see more content, I'll be uploading more tutorials soon. I'm starting my Minecraft series in a day or 2, So I got that planned out. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon. So peace.